I've been on Clubhouse for 2 months now, have gained over 40,000 subscribers, and I can say with confidence that Clubhouse is a tool that everybody should be taking advantage of. Gaining followers fast is awesome, but even more awesome are the connections that you can make, the business deals that could go down, and the credibility that you can earn for you and your brand. Plus, you might find yourself in a room with some really, really cool people too. In this video, I'm sharing 10 tips for winning on Clubhouse in 10 minutes, even if you're an introvert. And make sure you stick around to the end because I have a huge warning for you. Clubhouse actually can be quite dangerous. I wanna make sure you don't fall into the same trap that I've seen a lot of other people fall into with this platform. Cool? Cool. Let's begin. Tip number 10, follow up. If you're in a room with someone and you're enjoying what they're saying, follow up with them later. Click on their profile, click into their Twitter or Instagram, and let them know how you've enjoyed what they had to say, or see how you can potentially help them even further. Everyone in business gets somewhere because of a relationship, and Clubhouse is the best thing to happen as of late with building connections and relationships online. Tip number 9, please optimize your bio. Unlike Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, on Clubhouse, people actually read your bio. It's important that you utilize this space, and you've got a lot of room to work with, so use it. Realize, however, that the very top part of your bio is the only thing people see when they click on your profile, unless they click to read more. So that part at the top, before it gets truncated, that's your money line. Start with something of value or something that connects to the kinds of people you want to connect with. And later in your bio, you can expand on who you are and the kind of credentials that you have. Tip number 8, which has more to do with your bio, please add some personality in there too. Don't just try to look professional because guess what? That's what everybody else is trying to do. And in this world, people connect with other people. Don't be shy and add a list of your interests for others to clearly see when they explore more about you. And again, to see that you're a real human being. Oh, and real quick, don't forget to connect your Twitter and your Instagram profile to your Clubhouse profile too. This will allow you to connect with more people, and also a bonus tip, make sure your profile images are actually the same across all those platforms so that when people go from one to the other, they'll know that it's exactly you. Tip number 7, invite your friends. When you invite others, your picture will actually show up in their profile as the person who nominated them and helped them get on the platform. It's a little bit of extra exposure coming your way. As you can see here, one of my best friends, Chris Ducker, nominated me on December 6th, 2020. Use your invites and bring people in who you know could provide value, who you'd love to connect with even more, and want to share this platform with. All of it makes Clubhouse that much stronger and useful for you. Tip number 6, join clubs. Clubs are like groups that share a common interest for a particular topic. And if you're ever in a room and you see a smaller text name at the top above the title of the room with a little green house next to it, that's the name of the club. You can visit it, you can check it out, see who's a part of that club, and you can even ask to join that club too. All the clubs that you're in, you'll see at the bottom of your profile, and within each club space, you'll see who the members are, and you can follow those within too. Examine the profiles and see who you might be interested in connecting with. And without ever having them in the same room as you can still connect off of Clubhouse on Instagram or Twitter and connect with that common interest already as a starting point to engage in a conversation with. I've done this several times with groups and clubs that I know share the same interests as me, and those connections, very valuable. Go ahead and give it a shot. All right, so we're about halfway through the tips now, and all the following tips are gonna be how to utilize the platform best now that we spend some time learning how to set it up properly. And again, make sure to stick around to the end because I have a huge warning for you and a trap that I do not want you to fall in when you join Clubhouse. Also, really quick, to help others join Clubhouse and learn these things so that we can all have a better experience, hit that like button, especially if you've gotten any value here. Tip number 5, try to get on a stage. Yes, growth can happen by just being in rooms and being in the audience and listening, but true growth and fast growth happens when you're on stage and you're providing value. When you're on the stage, you not only have the ability to speak on the microphone, but you have both authority and an opportunity to provide value and an opportunity to connect, and that equates to growth. So how do you get on a stage? Well, when you enter a room, if raising hands is on, you can capture the attention of the moderators in the room by raising your hand, especially at the appropriate time. You could potentially get invited to ask a question or share something related to the topic, and that stage is yours for the moment. Of course, be kind, be courteous, use common sense, and be sure to always provide value. When you get up on the stage, make sure to share your name so that the moderators and the audience knows who is speaking. Remember, you're not just talking to the moderators or the people who are asking you to come up on stage, you're also speaking to an audience that's sitting and listening in on this conversation too. If you nail the question, you make it great, and or you provide value, you can get people to follow you right on the spot. Tip number 4, speaking of getting up on the stage, sometimes when it comes to having the mic, less is more. Be concise, be direct, and don't ramble on too much. Oh, and don't be super self-promoting. Don't be naughty. Yes, it's totally okay to talk about yourself, but do it within the context of the conversation and let the value that you're sharing speak for itself. You want people to kind of want to go and follow you because they love what you have to say, they love the question that you asked, and get interested in you, not because you told them to do that. Earn that click in the bio, and the rest will take care of itself. Tip number 3, and this one was a hard one for me because I am more of a sit in the back of the classroom and never raise my hand kind of guy. But in order to do well on Clubhouse, you have to be a bit, I don't want to say aggressive, but kind of. You have to take initiative. One of my pet peeves in life is having something to say, but being too afraid to say it. But then when I want to say it, the conversation's already moved on and I've missed my chance. I have something important to say that doesn't matter anymore. And I'll tell you, this happens all the time on Clubhouse. Now, taking a little bit of initiative might mean that you might speak over a couple people, and in which case, okay, well, you can back down or you kind of take it and play it by ear. Many times the moderator will see who's trying to talk and give everybody a chance, which is good. If you can get in a room like that where fairly the moderator is giving everybody a chance to talk who's on stage, then yeah, definitely stay in there and pay attention and find other rooms that they create in the future. The truth is though, if you just sit there and listen, nothing's gonna happen, right? You're just a fly on the wall. Let's become somebody who interacts, who engages, who shows up, provides value, and it's gonna take a little bit of action outside of your comfort zone to make it happen, but I promise you, nobody's gonna throw tomatoes at you or bite you or anything like that. You'll be fine, you got this. Tip number 2, start your own room. By starting your own room, you can practice speaking in front of the audience. You can actually engage with them, and you can even learn how to moderate a group of speakers too. Now, instead of just making up a room on the spot, first, spend some time thinking about what the room should be about. I recommend scheduling it ahead of time as well, and even inviting other people to see it too. You can share your rooms that you've created ahead of time before they happen with people on Twitter, Instagram, and in other places too. The more rooms you start, in fact, the more you will be rewarded too. You have that stage presence, you're gonna get more followers as a result, and Clubhouse will even reward you too by giving you access to clubs that you can start on your own, if and only if you regularly create rooms of your own. Maybe you have a podcast, for example, and you can connect with your audience of listeners in Clubhouse live and even answer questions on the spot too. Then when you're talking to your tribe, new people will come into, they'll find it, they'll wanna be a part of it as well, and your community and your following will grow. Tip number 1, remember, room names are everything. The room name and the description are so important when it comes to convincing others who come across it in the hallway of Clubhouse as to whether or not they should join or not. With the room name, you have about 60 characters to work with, and with the description, you only have about 200. So make those words count. It's similar to a title and a thumbnail in a video. Those are the only things people see before they get in the room and start listening in on the conversation. It's the difference between setting up a room like Q&A with Pat versus let me help you answer your podcasting questions. And finally, a word of warning to you. Clubhouse is an absolutely amazing tool. Many people saying that it is the tool of the year, but I don't want you to waste time either. I want you to spend time on Clubhouse. I want you to be able to connect, but I don't want you to spend hours listening, conversing on there when you know you should also be doing other things too. There has to be balance. I've heard stories of people live while on Clubhouse say that they forgot to go to work because they were so involved in listening on the Clubhouse conversations. I've heard some people tell stories about how they were on Clubhouse while they were having dinner with their families. It's an environment that can absolutely suck you in. So just be aware of that. Please be careful. And if you need to set boundaries, schedule in when you should and shouldn't be on Clubhouse. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you and meeting you on Clubhouse. You can find me at Pat Flynn, and I look forward to many moments with you in the future there and here on the channel too. If you wanted to do me a quick favor, it just takes 1 second. Hit that thumbs up for great vibes on Clubhouse forever from this point forward for you. Again, hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you need more help with your marketing in some way, shape, or form, click this video right here. It'll help you out. Thanks so much. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video.